Bad morning, and welcome to another edition of Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. And now here's the ever petulant and irritated host, Voice of Doom. Bad morning, everybody. I'm not going to use the time-worn phrase that people always say, even in the most dire of circumstances. It's not going to be a good morning for many, many years to come. So I'm going to refrain from that phrase for the time being. It's the same thing as calling the Taliban gentleman or some mass murderer. This gentleman opened fire. It's like, I'm sick of people being flippant, and it's still a good morning. Yeah, 10 atomic bombs went off this morning, but it's still a good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I'm not going to use it. It's not a good morning, and we won't have a good morning for many years. Thought I'd kind of taper off on my rage because I've said a lot about what's going on, and I don't want to be a broken record, but then I turned on the news and I became enraged again, and I got to go on and say it's 11:33 in the morning Pacific time. And I have to do some things today, and then I have to work. So I'm going to be kind of busy. So I expect, and I fully expect, that by the time I turn on the news again tonight at around 10 or 11, I fully expect to see that the entire the entire Biden Petri dish administration has resigned. And they better all resign by the end of the day, or I'm going to get angry. Every last one of them. All of the Joint Chiefs of Staffs resign today. And all the bureaucrats either resign or prepare to be purged. And I only wish that it was 14th century Japan and we were living in that society, because there'd be a more expedient way for them to atone for their vile sins. Vile. And you know what that atonement would be, and it would be the honorable thing to do. And I will be glad to be their second and help them into the next dimension. They need to go, and they better start resigning like right now. I want all those guys out of the government, all of them. I don't want to see any Harris or Petri dish or Blinken, Winken, and Nod or freaking Sullivan or any of those guys. Better be gone by the end of the day. I'm serious. They better be gone, or else we're going to have to forcibly drag them out. And I don't care what we do with them. We can put them in the brig for a lifetime without a trial. I don't care. They deserve to rot. And I'm really getting angry, and I want them gone. I don't know. 65,000, I guess, is the number they're using for the allies that are going to be left in Afghanistan to basically be tortured and killed, or worse. So they better all go, or I'm going to get angry. I don't want to see their faces again. 65,000, I think that's a very low estimate. I think there's a lot more people. And of course, there were treacherous people. There were stories that I heard about trusted Afghani allies that turned on our troops and turned out to be spies and traitors and terrorists. And of course there's going to be that. In every conflict, there's going to be people sneaking in. There's going to be people pretending to be on that side so that they can really pull off something. So of course we can't trust everybody. But that doesn't mean, well, we can't trust anybody, so we better just leave them all there to their own devices. America is going to lose anything. We're not going to be considered a country. We're not a country now. I mean, we're not a geographical location. We are a landmass full of people that have been they've been hoodwinked. They've been totally taken, and they deserve to be hoodwinked, because I still see that there's something like a 47% approval rating for Petrie. And I don't want to see 1%. If I see 1% approval, that means 1% of the country needs to get the hell out of here. I don't give a shit about freedom of speech and freedom of, we can vote for who we want. We have a right to our own opinion. No, you don't. You don't have a right to that opinion. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see one number next to approval. Otherwise, those people who say, yes, I approve of Biden, whatever the hell he is, need to go. I don't care where. I mean, get on a raft and float out into the middle of the Pacific Ocean for all I care. He deserves not one iota of approval at all from one person in this country, and anybody that does approve needs to go. Leave. Because he's an evil succubus. He's an acolyte of Satan. Obviously he is, because he couldn't be any stupider, he couldn't be any more corrupt, he couldn't be any more callous. Do you know what he said in 2010? When he wanted to, get out of Afghanistan, as he was vice president at the time, and he said, we want out, we want to get everybody out. And the joints, or whoever they were, the advisors were saying, well, you really can't do that because there'll be chaos, and we'll leave the Afghani people that helped us in the lurch. He said, F them. That's what he said, F them. That's who we have for a president. That's who 47% or 45% approval, they're approving of him. And I don't approve of you. I don't approve of the people that can actually say I approve just because he's a Democrat. Those people shouldn't vote. We shouldn't have an electoral system, because that's precisely why we can't have an electoral system. Because 47% of the people in the electorate right now shouldn't be allowed to vote, because if they can look at what we're looking at and say, I approve, then I don't want them voting. I really don't. No voting card, no ID. Take away their ID. Don't drive a car. I don't want you on the road with me. You understand? You don't have the brain capacity to drive. I'm really going to get angry, because I am seeing that they're going to brush it under the rug. Oh, we'll get as many people out as we can, but we can't get everybody out. I'm not happy, and I want them all gone by the time I get back from work tonight. If I turn on this YouTube and watch the news, and I don't see mass resignation as the main topic of the day, then I'm going to get angry, because we can't have this. They got to be dragged out. Maybe we have to use methods that aren't exactly constitutional, because sooner or later you got to maybe do something draconian and something drastic to, take care of a problem quickly. We don't have time for hearings, and we don't have time for impeachment hearings. I mean, impeachment. He should have been impeached 4 or 5 he should have. I mean, he could have been impeached at any time once he took the oath of office, because his whole career has been a criminal enterprise. And everybody knows it. But some people still approve, so they should go into the brig with the rest of them. Because the fact that you approve of this guy means you're a criminal. And that's just the way it is. I don't care about freedom of opinion. You're not allowed an opinion when you're so stupid. Why don't we give mushrooms an opinion? Why don't we give raccoons an opinion and let them vote too? I mean, raccoons have opposing thumbs. They should be able to vote. I'm really sick of this. I don't know if I'm going to go for 5 more minutes, because I've said what I have to say for the morning. Resign now, all of you. Resign, every one of you. Everyone involved in any part of the Biden administration, leave today. Pack up your desk and go. Just like the people are trying to go in Afghanistan, and people throwing their kids over the fence, hoping that the kid might land in someone's arms and maybe they might get lucky. They've already given up on their life, obviously. I'm throwing my kid over the fence. I'm going to die. Maybe my kid will get lucky. That's a horrible thing. and 65,000 possible terrorists in the hopper now, because all of those 65,000 people are going to despise America with every fiber of their being. And they have a right to despise, because it was treachery and betrayal on a cosmic scale. The karmic retribution is going to be extremely harsh. It's going to be extremely harsh, and we're all going to suffer for the sins of a few. We're all going to suffer as a country the karmic retribution, because we elected the stupid ass guy. I don't think he was legitimately elected, but somehow he managed to take the oath of office through some means that I don't know how. I don't know how he actually could repeat the words, and I don't know how he won. I think the fact that if they claim that a majority of Americans voted for a petri dish of protoplasm for president, then America deserves what's coming. And don't think that we're going to be like safe at home. We're safe on on this side of the planet, and nobody's going to do anything to us because we're isolated, and we have a very good defense system. So we will shoot down anything they send our way, and we will get rid of any possible deadly pandemics that they send our way, and we will circumvent any cyber attack or EMP or any other means of destruction that may send our way, because we're very capable. We're very capable. Once those technicians and military guys get out of their CRT class and take a little quiz on making sure that they know that they're horrible people if they are a certain color, if they pass that quiz, then they can go back to their little console and look out for EMPs or cyber attacks and things of that nature. I mean, when class is let out. For now, I don't know if anybody's manning anything. Joint Chiefs, all of them, out. Every last one of them. I don't care if the guy next in the chain of command is a corporal. I don't care what he is. He's going to be way better, than what we have. They are a disgrace, such as their name will go down in history as the most incompetent, horrible people in the world. I'll put them up there with Stalin, Hitler, Mao, and the rest of them. Yeah, they're war criminals, and they should be treated as such. They're crimes against humanity, and they should be treated as such. And I want to see it happen like tomorrow. Resign today and be arrested tomorrow. Be indicted for war crimes and crimes against humanity. The entire Joint Chiefs of Staff and the entire Biden administration. Because apparently nobody stood up and said this is not the way to do it. So crimes against humanity, crimes against war crimes, and put them in the docket, and then after they're found guilty, throw away the key. Don't even have a key. Weld the door shut. Weld the cell door shut. And maybe feed them. I mean, it is humane to feed prisoners, but I don't think they deserve to eat. So I think I've gotten enough off my chest. Yeah, resign, all of you today. I don't want to see you when I get back from work. If I see you when I get back from work, I'm going to really get angry. So resign, all of you, today. Good night. Have a good day. I don't even want to say that anymore. Just try to survive the day. All right. I'll see you next time.